thing.
There is no water.
We've enough for the night. We'll rest here.
My people are growing angry, Uncle.
See that the water's shared out fairly.
As you command.
There is discontent among our people too, sir.
He speaks the truth, husband.
Tell them to make fires and prepare the food.
Do as he says, Eliezer.
All of you! Listen to me. You know what God has commanded, but you don't know God. These idols are all you know. Who made the earth you're sitting on? Who made the rocks, the sky? This thing? This thing of clay? No, God did. The one God, the only true God. Shall I tell the story? Close your eyes. In the beginning, there was nothing. There was darkness. And God said, "Let there be light." God separated the light from the darkness. And the light he called day, and the darkness he called night. And that was the first day. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a dome in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God called the dome sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters be gathered together, and let dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth. The waters that had gathered together he called sea. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth green things, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees of every kind." On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be lights in the sky, to give light on earth." Let them be for signs, and seasons, days, and years. On the fifth day, God said, "Let the waters bring forth living creatures." And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the seas and the earth." On the sixth day, God said, "Let us make humankind in our own image and likeness." And so it was. And God saw all that he had made. And he saw that it was indeed good. And so all the heavens and the earth were made, and all their multitudes of living things. And on the seventh day, God rested. And God formed a man from the dust of the earth. Was Adam. And God took a rib from Adam's side, and from it made a woman. And that is why a man leaves his father and mother and marries a wife, and they are joined together as one. Adam called the woman Eve. God made a garden for them in Eden, in the east. They were naked, but they were not ashamed. In the middle of Eden grew the tree of knowledge, the knowledge of good and evil. And God said to Adam, "You can eat the fruit of every tree in the garden save one, the tree of knowledge. Its fruit is forbidden to you. If you eat it, you will die." Now, of all the creatures in the garden, the serpent was the most cunning. The serpent tempted Eve. Eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge. You won't die. Your eyes will be open. And you'll be as God himself, knowing good and evil. Eve ate the fruit. And she gave it to Adam to eat. And their eyes were open. And they knew they were naked, and they were ashamed. And they tried to hide from God. But how could they hide from him? He found them out. He gave them clothes to wear. He heard what the serpent had done. God cursed the serpent, saying, "On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat." As for Adam and Eve, he cast them out of Eden. So it was that evil came into the world, and Cain, the son of Adam, killed his brother Abel. All of you are the descendants of that first man, Adam. I, Abraham, am descended from his son Seth, and from Noah, who made the ark that floated on the waters of the great flood that God sent down in the ancient days. He made you. You know what God has commanded me? Go out from your country to a land I will show you. Seek out my holy law, so that you may live in that land in righteousness and peace. I will bless you and make your name great, so that you will be an example and a blessing to the people. I will bless those who bless you. I will curse those who curse you. In you all the families of the earth will be blessed. I trust in the voice of God. I follow his command. Will you trust in God? I trust in God!
You have no rights here! I have the same rights as you. My master and yours are equal.
Lot, the equal of Abraham? I think not.
The time is coming when my master will be greater than yours. Abraham is a deceiver.
Be careful, Rabban.
You know what they say. There is no land. There is no God. The old man is mad.
Eliezer!
He insulted you. This is not the way.
Van spoke the truth, husband. Where is this land he promised us?
Nephew! God has been good to us since we came here. Our flocks and herds have increased greatly. Because there isn't pasture enough, strife has grown up between your people and mine.
There must be no argument between us, Lot. You are my kin, and I love you like a son. The time has come for us to separate.
I give you first choice of all the land. If you go to the left hand, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right hand, I'll go to the left.
My lord.
Oh, it grieves me also.
There was no choice.
If I had given you a son, you would not feel it as you do.
Don't be afraid, Abraham. I am with you. Your reward will be great.
What will you give me, Lord? I'm still childless. I have no heir. When I die, all that I have will pass to strangers.
Look up. Count the stars if you can. No man can count them. In the same way, no man will be able to count the number of your descendants. Nothing that you have will pass to strangers. The heir to your house will be your own son.
My own son?
Do you believe this?
Yes. I trust in you.
You know I can't bear you any children.
Are you saying I should take a concubine?
Many men have concubines. You know the custom.
Not my custom. No. I never wanted another woman but you. Now you speak foolishness. No, I believe in the Lord. I believe he will bless us with a son.
How? How? Unless you take another wife.
Sarah, I love only you. I will never take another wife.
You must, if the Lord's promise is to be fulfilled. All I ever wanted was to give you children.
I know it. I know the grief it has been for you. But Sarah, I'll never stop loving you.
Soft words.
True words. I will never take another wife.
Then I don't understand.
No more do I. But I believe.
She's young and strong. She'll give you a healthy child.
What are you talking of, woman?
She's beautiful, too.
Hagar?
Don't you think she's beautiful?
She's your servant girl. She's an Egyptian. You speak foolishness.
What does that matter? Take Hagar, my maid, and let not the promises of God fail through me. Through her, I will continue your hereditary line. I offer you this, and you call me foolish? You must have a child. I can see it now. Go to her. Go tonight.
Six pieces?
For 6 pieces, 10's my price.
Yours, perhaps, not mine. 7.
10.
Again, you dare to answer me.
Yes, I do.
Silence.
I won't be silent.
You will. You'll do as I order you, or...
What? You'll beat me with your husband's child in my belly?
What is this?
I sacrifice my honor for your sake. And what is my reward? The girl won't do her work. Each time I give her orders, she answers me with insolence. And I've had enough.
The work is too hard. I am with child.
My wife is still my wife, and you are still her servant. You must obey her. Hagar! Hagar! Hagar!
8. I give you 8.
10!
Hagar. Don't be afraid, Hagar. Go back. You will bear a son. You will call him Ishmael. He will be a hunter. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand will be against him.
No, Hagar, push! Push!
You have a son.
God listened. I name him Ishmael. Sarah, prepare food quickly.
Who are they?
Where's your wife, Sarah?
There, in the tent.
She will have a son.
Son.
Yes. Why did she laugh when I said she would have a son?
I did not laugh.
Is there any wonder so great that the Lord may not perform it?
Can you feel it? There again. There.
It's your imagination.
What? Oh, how can you joke about such a thing?
Because I hardly dare believe it.
Push, lady. Push. 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 Push.
son! My son! I name him Isaac!
God has given me laughter. Everyone who sees and hears of this will laugh with me.
Is there any wonder so great that the Lord may not perform it?
Ishmael! Move away! Move away, I say!
What's he done? What harm is he doing?
Take him away!
He loves your son like a brother should.
Brother.
They are brothers. It is you who are full of hatred. Hatred of my son. Hatred of me.
Go!
We say nothing against you. We do nothing against you, yet you hate us.
Get out of my sight!
Go. Go now.
Come. Come, Ishmael.
Get rid of that slave woman and her son. For that slave woman's son will never share inheritance with my son, Isaac. I can't bear to look at her. Or her son. I won't endure them any longer.
Go. Where should I go?
Hagar, the Lord's hand has been in this from the beginning.
Where should I go? How should I live?
You shall have all that you need.
This is your son.
It's all the Lord's work. You must believe.
You put Isaac before Ishmael. That's what I believe.
Abraham,
I am here!
take your son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to a place I will show you, and offer him there as a burnt offering.
My son!
Yes, your son.
Why do you command this? Why? Why?
This one is perfect. Without blemish.
Take it back to the flock.
I don't understand.
Are you ready, my son?
Yes, Father. But if you do not take a lamb, how will you make a burnt offering?
Let's be gone.
Goodbye, Mother.
Oh, God go with you, son.
fits the place.
How can we make a burnt offering, Father? We have no lamb.
The Lord himself will provide the lamb. You go on up ahead. I'll follow. You stay here. My son and I will worship and then return.
There, it's done. You must bind me, Father. In case my courage fails. You must, Father.
Lay your hand on the boy, or do any harm to him. Now, I know that your faith is perfect because you would give to God what is most precious to you, your only son. Turn now, and you will see a sacrifice pleasing to God.
Why doesn't Isaac come?
He'll come.
A sip of water, husband. How sweet it tastes. We've been on a long journey together. Only once did I feel anger against you.
I know.
my son.
Yes.
Oh. I had anger. I was filled with anger against God. I hated him. Yeah, I said it. I feel easier. But will I find forgiveness?
How can you doubt it?
You know him in a way I never could.
How can we truly know him? Yet to know him is the task he has set for us. To seek out his law, to find it. We must find it. Only then can we live as he wants us to. Only then can we be an example and a blessing to the people.
You have done this, husband.
No. What I have done is just a beginning. The lifespan of one man is much too short. It is for our son and his sons and the generations that follow to complete the work.
Isaac, my son. It's time. Open the tent, please, husband. How good it is to see the day.
He won't be comforted. He must take a wife. And not from among the Hittite women, from his own kin. You will go to Haran.
I will guard him well.
You misunderstand me. You will go alone. Isaac will remain here.
But how can I, a servant, choose a wife for my master's son?
The Lord will make the choice, Eliezer. The Lord will make the choice.
What if you should fall into some grave danger? Father, it's a long way, isn't it?
Yes.
I wonder, will she be beautiful? Oh, I hope she will.
Peace be with you. I've come a long way today. I'm thirsty. I have some water.
Here's water, sir.
Thank you. What's your name?
Rebecca, daughter of Bethuel.
My camels are thirsty too.
Bring them. I'll fill the trough.
name is Laban. Your master Abraham is our kin. My grandfather was his brother, Nahor.
Then the Lord has been a faithful guide indeed. Before I came to the well, I stopped a little way off to pray. I saw the women fetching water. I said to the Lord, I will ask of them to drink. But they, being suspicious of strangers, will likely refuse. But if there be one who offers me, then she is the chosen one. And to make certain, let her also offer for my camels. Rebecca did all this, and she is also kin to my master. Sir, may I take Rebecca back with me to be wife to Isaac? Oh, fool that I am. Here are gifts from my master for the family of Isaac's bride.
Is that Isaac?
Yes.
Has he told you how he came to choose me?
Yes, he has.
It was so strange.
I suppose everything must seem strange to you.
It is, a little.
Just a little.
It is very strange. But I believe it is God's will.
Do you?
I do.
You have given me so much in my life, Father. Too much. But never such a joy as this.
You're pleased with your bride?
Pleased? Pleased? I love her with all of my heart, Father.
I'm glad, my son. Let's rest here for a moment. She's a very beautiful girl.
And she has wisdom, Father. She knows so much that I'm ignorant of.
Wisdom and knowledge. Knowledge such as city folk acquire are very different things, my boy. I hope she has a gentle heart.
Oh, Father, she has the best of hearts. Father.
Father! Eliezer! Eliezer, quick!